Rachel Zegler is the prime example of how you should never think that you're bigger than the project. The only excuse I can make for her is that she's young, she's immature, she doesn't know any better.
A lot of what you see with Zegler is really just the pretty common Gen Z mentality who took on the role. And that job comes with certain basic responsibilities. And one of the most basic is the responsibility to control yourself and comport yourself a certain way publicly so that you don't harm the project, thereby harm all the hundreds of other people who are working.
134 seconds. That's all it took for a whisper inside London's Prince Edward Theatre to mutate into a culture-wide roar. Because when America's most downloaded podcaster pressed play on an illicit backstage recording, Rachel Zegler's carefully choreographed comeback detonated in real time. It began as a grainy file pinged through a private WhatsApp thread, a throwaway curiosity among stagehands who had watched tensions simmer for weeks. But the moment that clip landed on Joe Rogan's studio desk, it became nitroglycerin.
And you don't really hate? No, I don't hate it.
A spark eager for oxygen, waiting only for the right microphone to ignite. Think of it this way. Broadway drama rarely breaks containment. Most backstage blow-ups stay locked behind velvet curtains, whispered about over post-show martinis, then forgotten by dawn. But the day this clip slipped the fence coincided with a digital landscape primed for combustion. Twitter's new live audio algorithm boosts any post with a waveform graphic. TikTok's For You page actively hunts keywords like meltdown. And YouTube Shorts pays hefty bonuses for hot commentary under 60 seconds. All the platforms wanted was a volatile soundbite, and Rachel unknowingly supplied it.
To everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere, and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Rachel's rocket ride should have been the stuff of industry fairy tales. 2 years ago, she leapt from New Jersey high school musicals to Spielberg's West Side Story, pocketing awards buzz and a Disney crown in Zazen Snow White. Overnight, she became the face of a modern princess narrative, Gen Z confidence, activism on tap, and TikTok charisma by default. Fans loved her candor until the quotes turned barbed. She called the original Snow White weird, roasted male love interests as stalkery, and peppered social feeds with blunt political takes.
I've never heard of her before. I don't know if this is her first project or if she's done movies like this before or anything that has anything to do with acting. Now she's mad because they done fired her from upcoming projects, but you're not a team player. Why would somebody want to hire you when you don't know how to play your part? Like, you didn't know how to play your part in the movie and in the real world. Let this be a lesson. Let this be a lesson, Rachel Zegler, and to anybody else who think that they are bigger than the project.
Each quip generated dopamine-spiking outrage clicks. Each apology spawned explainers and counter-explainers. Industry execs told her to lean into authenticity. Audiences crave realness, but neglected to mention the shelf life of goodwill. Fast forward to January 2025. British producer Sonia Friedman unveils a gritty revival of Evita, hoping to convert Rachel's online fandom into box office gold. Rehearsals, though, are a crucible. Director Jamie Lloyd demands 12-hour blocking marathons, stripped-down staging that forces actors to bleed honesty, and a company warm-up Rachel occasionally skips to preserve vocal cords.
Rachel, what's it like to be in a movie with Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu?
It's fucking great. Okay? It's fucking great. I'm honored. I don't know why I sound so angry right now. I'm honored. Am I a psychopath? No, I've been getting a lot of questions about, like, how do I feel? I feel amazing. We start kind of soon, and I'm just like...
Colleagues notice warning signs, earbuds in during group calls, quiet tears after note sessions, and an overheard boast at Soho House. They hired me for heat, let me burn. To some, it reads as ambition, to others, insubordination. Exhaustion festers like an unpatched leak. The clandestine audio, all 34 seconds of it, opens with the dull thud of a prop chest and the rustle of sheet music. You hear a piano bench creak, someone humming Eva's Don't Cry For Me, Argentina. Then Rachel's voice, bright timbre gone brittle. I'm not doing this again. There's cajoling, perhaps the assistant director reminding her of blocking changes, followed by the viral dagger. This isn't their show, it's mine. A chair scrapes, someone whispers, whoa, and the clip ends mid-footstep, like a door slamming on decorum itself. Technical analysts later confirm it was recorded in Rehearsal Studio B, an annex with poor ventilation and zero privacy, adding armchair theories that stifling air only compounded stress. A musicologist even maps Rachel's vocal strain, citing a shift to chest-dominant belt indicative of cortisol overload. Internet sleuths love pseudoforensics. The analysis video alone racks up 2 million views. Context wars erupt. Defenders cite punishing hours and unsafe working conditions. Critics hail it as hard proof she's impossible. Whatever the truth, volatility prevails, and volatility sells. Rogan's studio in Austin is built for intimate carnage.
The negative effects of this.
This is an explosive area of conversation.
Whoa. I didn't expect that. He's looking at me silently. I will respectfully move on.
Thank you.
Dim lighting, whiskey decanters, conspiracy theory posters, and microphones tuned to catch a heartbeat. Mid-conversation about boxing pay-per-view numbers, producer young Jamie slides a laptop forward. Bro, you gotta hear this theater kid meltdown. Rogan clicks play. He freezes, eyes narrowing as the 34-second burst crackles through the monitors. When silence returns, he exhales a half laugh, half scoff. The sound of a verdict forming. He calls the rant entitled Gen Z Syndrome on Broadway steroids. Riffs on how Hollywood coddles young stars until reality checks hit like a barbell to the teeth, and links the moment to Will Smith's Oscar slap. Unchecked ego turned public unraveling. Yet he also notes, lost in later clips, that Rachel is 23, juggling dialect drills, 8 shows a week vocals, and Disney reshoots. Nuance vanishes once TikTok editors grab the juiciest slam. Trying to scrub that clip is like trying to delete pee from a swimming pool. By the time Spotify's episode notification pings across 20 million phones, fan accounts have spliced neon subtitles over Rogan's words.
People are mad at the big head girl. So now if you notice the spin on it, they're putting it all on her. I mean, I'm sure she sucks, but she is very young.
It's kind of sucks that a kid gets put into the position like that. You're young, and I know you have opinions about things, but should be just about the movie.
Well,
it's just
to defend Big Head Girl, the message of the movie is to be that. That's the message that they wrote a script that's telling girls, I don't need nobody tells me I'm a 20-year-old girl, so obviously I should run my mouth all the time. That's the theme. Now,
it's not the same story?
No.
TikTok's For You page floods with reaction chains. YouTube shorts titled Joe Rogan Destroys Rachel Zegler crack 500,000 views overnight. And #Rogan Roast elbows its way into the Twitter trend bar, like it paid VIP cover. One 34-second backstage flare, propelled by the podcasting equivalent of a sonic boom, has escalated from gossip to global headline. And Rachel doesn't even know it yet. Culture war vultures descend. Conservative pundits trumpet the saga as proof of woke Hollywood arrogance. Progressive voices counter that Rogan is bullying a young Latina creative under intolerable pressure.
Or what?
They're leaning into woke. Hardcore.
They're petrified of some kind of backlash.
Broadway veterans weigh in via epic Twitter threads about rehearsal, etiquette, half defending Rachel's frustration, half condemning her tone.
And I'm there 24/7. I can't get out of it. And I don't know if that will make sense, but that's where I'm at. I'm so grateful for the things that I'm able to do. And a lot of what I'm able to do is because of you guys. And I'm so unbelievably thankful for that.
Stan Army's fracture. Some circulate clips of her charity gigs to remind the internet she's a sweetheart, while others dogpile with compilations of every eye roll she's ever made.
Big reason why so many people are turned off by Rachel Zegler's attitude and behavior. I'm not saying that she's a mean girl in real life, but that attitude usually is something that people associate with mean girls in real life. At the same time, I also think that it's just because she's a theater kid, so the way she acts makes sense and she just needs PR training. Social media personalities have thrived on it before, but now girls are just done with it. And that could be because of the mistreatment that a lot of women have gotten in their lives from other girls. And so now growing up, after going through these mistreatments from other women in our lives, we're like, no. We're done with this. It's pretty interesting because I definitely think that there's a shift towards more compassion and understanding. Again, not saying that Rachel Zegler at all was like a mean girl or anything like that.
Old controversies resurface in snackable form. Her 2023 Never Saw the Classic Snow White quip becomes Exhibit A. Leaked director notes claiming she resists direction turn to Exhibit B. Each repost resets the outrage timer, ensuring the scandal never has a chance to cool. Traditional tabloids pile on. Daily Mail publishes a gallery of Zegler faces, allegedly proving perpetual attitude. Variety convenes a roundtable of publicists to debate whether cancel culture or personal accountability is to blame. Every new headline spawns fresh reaction videos. Each reaction video seeds more headlines. It's a perpetual motion outrage engine no PR team can unplug. Inside a glass-walled conference room at Carter Ruck, nervous associates draft their next salvo. Cease and desist letters targeting not just the raw leak, but every account embedding Rogan's commentary. UK privacy statutes might suppress the original audio, but fair use commentary is slipperier. Each takedown trigger spawns a mirror upload captioned, "They can't shut us all down." A leaked Slack memo shows Disney's crisis response chief advising executives to create distance without abandonment. Corporate code for supportive silence until numbers stabilize. Sentiment heat maps, though, tell a chilling story. Negative keywords around Zegler spike 800% post-Rogan, overtaking Ezra Miller's peak controversy curve. Marketing budgets freeze. A streamer courting Rachel for a prestige limited series quietly ghosts her reps. On social media, the optics of censorship morph into a new accusation. Powerful actress silences criticism. Influencers read entire legal letters on camera. Violin music swelling, views skyrocketing. The letters meant to bury the clip instead guarantee it top feed immortality, a Streisand masterclass. Zoom out and the deeper fault line appears. Entertainers still pretend private space exists. It doesn't. Smartphones turned every green room into potential content, and algorithms turned every misstep into brand-defining lore. Audiences crave authenticity, yet punish the wrong flavor of emotion. They laud talk show realness, but crucify anger that splashes on coworkers. Older stars survived pre-smartphone scandals and rebranded. Gen Z stars like Rachel have never known celebrity without perpetual surveillance, yet they're expected to master PR jujitsu from day one. When they stumble, the fall looks hypocritical. You wanted openness? Now eat it. Nuance seldom wins algorithm wars. Platforms optimize for watch time, not fairness. Psychologists tracking parasocial dynamics note each scandal deepens perceived intimacy. Fans who watched Rachel's viral shallow cover in 2018 feel entitled to judge her morality in 2025, and silence only invites louder speculation.
It's the most emotional experience that a person can go through to know that what they're working on is something that has reached a generation of people. You know, now I'm a part of that legacy to some degree, and it's not something I take lightly, and it's just the most emotional experience to see.
Strategists sketch possible exits. Path A, radical candor. Sit with an interviewer trusted by young viewers. Lily Singh, Trevor Noah. Voice the burnout. Apologize by name to crew. Leave lawyers off camera. If sincerity falters, trolls will pounce. Path B, shadow retreat. Fulfill contracts, vanish from socials. Let the churn devour fresh prey. Risk? Algorithms remember. Absence forfeits narrative. Path C, double down. Embrace the firebrand image. Pivot to anti-hero roles. Court edgier directors who see volatility as electricity. Could work if audiences accept the rebrand. Path D, controlled reinvention. Sign a prestige limited series playing a flawed antagonist whose arc mirrors her real-world saga. Robert Downey Jr. post-rehab style. High-wire act, brilliance, or self-parody. Insiders whisper that a hybrid is forming. An immediate apology video followed by a verite-style docuseries revealing rehearsal hardships, crew camaraderie, and accountability sessions. Done right, it reframes her as raw talent under siege. Done late, it reads as damage control theater. Timing is surgical. Digital empathy, half-life is counted in hours. Rogan, meanwhile, rolls on unfazed. Podcast split screens move to the next uproar, but the fragment lives forever. So here we are, a superstar once marketed as the bright future of movie musicals, now balancing on an algorithmic knife edge, sharpened by 34 explosive seconds and one podcaster's amused disbelief. Legacy isn't printed on marble anymore. It's etched in search bars, auto-filled by algorithms that never forget. Some predict the uproar will fade. Scandals always do. But digital ghosts linger. Type her name into any platform and autocomplete now couples it to Meltdown, Rogan, or Evita Rant. To rewrite those prompts, she'll need a sustained chronicle of growth. Visible, verifiable, believable. Algorithms may feast on chaos, yet they also reward resurrection arcs. The crowd that jeered the stumble often cheers the comeback. Whether Rachel Zegler rises from the rubble or becomes a cautionary Wikipedia footnote rests on a single, ruthless equation. Can authentic accountability outpace viral momentum? Because in 2025, Fame is a high-wire act performed above an endless sea of smartphone lenses, and the fall is always just one unguarded moment away. And whoever capitalizes on that second act, well, that show hasn't opened yet.